Hey there, guys. This is Hendrik Taladar, and I'm here with Otak Ashawa, and today we're going to be doing a preview of Goat Simulator. And in it, you play a goat. Obviously,
The eponymous goat of the simulator.
yes, it is a simulation of a goat. Basically, we covered this before. You basically go on a rampage, right? Like, that's the whole thing. The entire game was designed originally as a indie or a game jam concept where they just basically mess around with physics. And everyone loved the whole fact that you're running around as a goat destroying things, like knocking a trash can across the entire town. That they're like, you had to make this into a game.
You know what this reminds me of with the score and everything, and just sort of the way that it plays? Do you remember, have you ever played Saints Row games? You know the insurance fraud? It feels like the insurance fraud thing in Saints Row.
It is. It's very much
And
like that.
I'm loving that. I'm really loving that.
So yeah, as you can see, like I blew something up and like causes just massive explosion, and it's Michael Bay, and like there's a lot of really funny in jokes, and you don't really see me going around doing too much in this video, just because I want to like kind of get the concepts down. But yeah, basically the whole point is you run around and destroy things. Like I'm about to run into this truck, yeah, and I just get hit. And the best part about the game is that you collide through the world, so like sometimes you'll get stuck in things, and it just is comical.
I remember reading that one of the things they did is they basically fixed all the crash bugs and left every other glitch in the game just to maximize hilarity and ridiculousness that would occur as a result of this.
That's probably what they did, just based off playing it.
Regular family dinner is an achievement.
Yeah,
Or some
there's
shit.
all
What
sorts
is
of like really silly, stupid achievements, and it's the whole point is just to have fun and do crazy, stupid things, right? Like, see this fuel can? Yeah, just blow it up. The game is just
like this is my new favorite game. I gotta tell you, and I think I have a couple friends that I've been talking jump on the trampoline. I have a couple friends that I've been talking about this game with who are not gamers at all, and they're excited about Goat Simulator purely because it's just really low key. There's no complexity. It's just silly, and one of the things that people who aren't gamers can really appreciate about video games is that capacity for silly that you can't get in any other medium, and people are really excited about that.
I personally have been wanting to see a game like this for a while, just because I like silly games where you can just go around and have fun and do whatever, and it doesn't matter. There's like no pressure, no nothing.
This reminds me of playing Just Cause 2 with cheats on. Like, as cool as that game is, straight up, playing that game with cheats is ridiculous. You get like unlimited tethers and all this kind of ridiculous stuff, and just everything explodes. This reminds me of that a lot too.
Yeah, and it's just a physics-based game. Like, basically, the only thing you do in it is just mess with the physics engine, and I love doing that. Games that have like really complex physics engines and just really silly.
How did you get yourself that high up in the air?
So that's like a tractor combine of some sort. I don't know the tractor term, but it has a spinning blade, right? So I'm like, oh, I can totally throw myself up in the air because I had tested the game earlier. And now there's this great feature in the game called slow-mo mode, and you're seeing this right now. That's why I'm moving so slow. If you hit the F key, you can just see things happen in slow motion. Like you saw my head get caught, and just because of like the physics, you just see it torque and stretch way comically.
I like the tongue on the goat. I like the fact that the goat's tongue is out all the time.
Fun fact, the tongue is a really powerful weapon.
Really?
So in the game, you can like grab onto things, and you use the tongue, and like you'll drag it behind you. So your tongue will just go out like for a good 40 feet, dragging a human behind you, and the game's just ridiculous. And
hey, ridiculous is good, I mean, there's so much seriousness in video games these days. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I have to tell you, I'm impressed by the size of the world. In reading about Goat Simulator, they said, well, we're just going to make a simple little world and, a lot of physics things and some silliness. There's a lot of modeling that's been done here. Maybe they use stock models or something for it, but there's a lot of work that's been done here that's really impressive.
Yeah, you can actually break the walls. So like you see
wow.
the wall around the town or part of town that you're in. You can actually go outside of that to a bit, and then you get into the invisible walls, right? And the only way you can get to the invisible walls is if you do something so silly and absurd with the physics engine that it just launches you over.
I like that the game is shameless about invisible walls, and I also like that the goat doesn't have a ladder climbing animation.
No, and if you notice, his head gets all screwy when he tries to climb the ladder, and I don't know why, but it's just comical. So this is the part where I'm gonna show, where I actually end up showing the tongue, right? I slowly move, and I slowly move. I get really close, and then I'll turn the camera around, and you can see my tongue holding the guy up. And then this is the best part. I love doing that. You just let him go.
Just dropping somebody.
Yeah.
This game cries out for a blood mod. Not gonna lie.
Well, the cool thing is there's actually Steam Workshop integration. So mods and stuff are going to be possible in some capacity, I assume. And that's going to be great.
I know they've talked about custom maps, custom objects, graphics overhauls, and a few other things. I know the developers have specifically mentioned. So hopefully we'll see a lot of cool stuff there. I can see a lot of levels and things from classic games or silly physics problems being presented to us by this.
Yeah, and so there's some stuff that you can
nice.
unlock in the game, right? Like every game has unlockables and achievements and all that stupid silly stuff. I found out one thing earlier when I was doing live streams. We were messing around, and I saw a game mode where you can just do a custom game mode, and you can play as like a tall goat. I was like, oh, okay, well, it's just gonna make my goat like really big. No, it made me into a giraffe. They just called it a tall goat for whatever reason. Like it's the developers are really comical, and I'm liking this. And you can see how much fun the physics engine is because they make like slippery surfaces that you can launch yourself into a giant box of crates and stuff. Like it's awesome.
This is fantastic. I'm sitting here not even kidding. My Steam is downloading Goat Simulator right now because this is a thing that needs to be in my life.
It's a game that you can play at any time and just.
I like that you hop like an antelope too.
I don't know why, but this is the best part. So you know that really famous goat yell that was like it was a YouTube video of just a goat and it sounded like a human screaming. They put that into the game. And I don't do it just now, but in a couple seconds I will be doing it.
I find that to be incredibly amusing.
Yeah, I mean the game's only $10, and it's $10 that you could say, well, it's a waste of $10, whatever.
You know what? A lot of people said back when Gary's Mod came out that Gary's Mod was going to be a waste of money because it was going to require so much work and it was just going to be so complicated. And there are millions of people with Gary's Mod who love it. Who paid for Gary's Mod and just are blown away by just the creative expression that you can come forward to Gary's Mod. I feel like this is the bastard child of Gary's Mod in a way. This
is the goat bastard child of Gary's Mod, yes. But so that was Goat Simulator. So for more video game news and reviews and previews, visit thematani.com.